RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, personality profiles, professional wrestling video blogs, sports video blogs, NBA video blogs, plus a whole lot more. Collection of my work going back to June of 2014 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, and other social media websites. RVB and Billerica, Massachusetts. Time is now 7:44 in the morning on Thursday, January 12, 2016. No, it's 2017. It's about 50 degrees out and cloudy skies, going to be in the upper 50s today, but chance of rain showers. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day. And here is some news from the RVBN Newswire. Boston Celtics beat the Washington Wizards by the score of 117-108 last night. The BC men's college basketball team beat North Carolina State Wolfpack by the score of 74-66. The LA's going to get a second NFL team. The San Diego Chargers are going to move there. And it's Happy National Youth Day in India. I bet D. Patel's so happy. Last week, no boss. And that's about it on news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my first video blog subject of the day. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunny guy. Molly Roseblood of WCCO rocks and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Tweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York. Such rocking coolest. Got the best legs in New York City. And Ren Claire of WHDH Channel 7 in Boston is so nice. And she's got the best legs in Boston. Cute, leggy, weather lady. Only on RVBN. Time's now 7:46 in the morning. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is my personality profile as usual. Today's personality profile is former NHL goaltender, coach, and general manager Eddie Johnston. Eddie played gold for many years in the National Hockey League in the 60s and 70s. Eventually he went into the coaching ranks and the general manager's ranks. Eddie was born and he grew up in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He grew up in an English section of town. He was nicknamed EJ. And he played ice hockey as a youth, eventually going into goaltending. He played for the Montreal Junior Royals, and he was a pretty good goaltender in junior hockey. The Boston Bruins signed him in 1956, but he spent his first 6 years in professional hockey in the minor leagues with the Bruins system. He finally got called up to the big leagues, the NHL, in 1962. He played for the Bruins, Maple Leafs, Blues, and Blackhawks during his 16 years in the NHL. And he was the Bruins' #1 goaltender for about 5 years in the 1960s before Jerry Cheevers overtook him as #1 goaltender for the Bruins. And eventually he got traded to the Toronto Maple Leafs for Jacques Plante, and then he went to the St. Louis Blues and Blackhawks, ending his career in 1978. And he had 3 seasons of 20 or more wins, 4 seasons of an under goals against average of 3 goals per game, which is decent. 1 season he had 5 or more shutouts. And Eddie was the last NHL goaltender to play all 70 games for the team, his team. Boston Bruins 1963-1964. Back then, all NHL teams only carried 1 goaltender. But the Bruins were very, very bad during that time period. And Eddie, is tied for the record for most games played by a Bruins goaltender 70, which was tied in 2014-2015 by Tuukka Rask. Eddie was known as like kind of a mediocre goaltender at best. He never won major awards or made all-star teams, but he won 2 Stanley Cups as a goaltender for the Boston Bruins, being a backup to Jerry Cheevers. His career record was 234, 257, and 80 ties, a 3.25 goals against average, and 32 shutouts. Eventually, Eddie became a coach and general manager, first with the Chicago Blackhawks, then the Pittsburgh Penguins, then the Hartford Whalers. He actually coached the Penguins. He had 2 tours of duty with them, one in the early 1980s and one in the mid-1990s. And he had 631 seasons, 3 times a division winner, 6 playoff appearances. And Eddie continued to coach in the NHL into 1996-1997. Then he moved over to an advisory role for the Pittsburgh Penguins, which he held for 13 seasons. He got a 3rd Stanley Cup ring in 2009 with the Penguins. And he retired at the end of the 2009-2010 NHL season as an advisor. And his career coaching record was 266, 251, and 6 ties, which is, decent. And Eddie is kind of a legend for the Penguins because he made some great deals as general manager, like Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr. And that's about it on Eddie Johnston. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. 2 more video blogs coming for you today. One will be about the former department store, electronic store, Leechmere. And 3rd and final video blog tonight will be about the MSG House Show card results from August 25th, 1984 for the WWE. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Wedding guy. Molly Rose Blood of WCCOX has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning, she's best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York, such a whacking cougar's got the best legs in New York State, bar none. Bobby Gibbs of ABC 11 has that sweet southern accent. And Jamie Hirsch of the NHL Network rocks and has the best legs on the NHL Network. Heidi Watney rocks and she's got the best legs on the NHL Network. And Melissa from Tilted Kilt Billerica is so cool and she's got the best legs at the Tilted Kilt. And in the words, Bob Redding, former executive director of the Boys and Girls Club, Greater Billerica, go find something to do. Have a good day, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. See you later.